Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel Football Fanatics. This is Tanmay Adarsh, and right now one of the biggest saga for Barcelona has finally come to an end. Ousmane Dembele has finally completed his transfer to PSG. He is officially a PSG player. The deal was for 50 million euros. Adarsh, what's your call on this?
To be honest with you, I don't really care about Ousmane Dembele. He was a shit player for me, and he still is. And PSG is the best club that he could have gone to. It's the perfect club made for people like Ousmane Dembele, who are not serious about their career, who are not serious about football, their health, their fitness. They just want to go there, earn money, play here and there, miss most of the season, do nothing, just win the league, the league title, which anybody can do there if they're in PSG, and that's about it. So such a big talent he was at one point, when he was in Dortmund. He just wasted his career. Uh, I won't say that it's all on the injuries because it's on them. It's on the player to be fit, right? Injuries can happen. I understand. Injuries have happened to Gundogan also, but look at him now, how he overcame his injuries and became such a great player. So he never struck me as a player who is really serious about his game. He just wanted to play PlayStation all the time. He was never serious about football. So it's fortunate for him that he was playing in Barcelona at a time when even Barcelona were struggling for money, struggling for big players. So that's why he got the chance there. Otherwise, think if he would have been playing in Barcelona at the time of Pep Guardiola, he would have been kicked out of the club in the very first or second season. So
I really don't think I don't think he would have got Usman Dembele in his team.
that's saying something, right? Even if we would have got Ousmane Dembele, he would not have survived in that Barcelona team or any serious team, any like the legendary Manchester United, the current Man City team. He would have been out. So it was quite fortunate for him that he survived in Barcelona for all these years, just because they were struggling financially. And now PSG. So I thought there were only two options for him, either to go to PSG or some Saudi club. So I think he took the right, or did he? I mean, he could have gone to Saudi. If any, did somebody come after him from Saudi Arabia?
No, no,
No.
it was only PSG.
Yeah. Otherwise, he would have gone to Saudi Arabia. Much more lucrative in terms of money.
But
And
Saudi didn't go for Usman Dembele.
yeah, that's
No bid from Saudi.
yeah. So the PSG is a perfect club for him, and maybe he may revive his career there because obviously the opposition there will not be as strong as the La Liga opposition. So he can develop his game in terms of goal scoring and being more involved in the game. In Barcelona, his role was quite specific around along the flanks. So he may do well
Look,
in PSG. I don't know if he can still come into the France national team. I think that is the only thing that he can strive for now because they're not going to win the Champions League, that's for sure. So it's only the only thing that he can go up from here is to get back into the France team and play the next Euros and the next World Cup. So that's my stance on Ousmane Dembele. Not a big fan of him.
uh, wow. Well, honestly telling, I don't know from where I should start because this whole saga was so it was a very mixed emotion for me. I was happy that he's going. Finally, we are getting rid of this cheap person. I won't call him a cheap player. He's a cheap person, right? A cheap person, a terrible person, I would say. Finally, we're getting rid of him. And I'm furious because we wasted quite a lot of money, right? And it's just not about his wages or the transfer fees, but the money we spent on his hospital bills, his rehab, his physio, and everything, every fucking thing. I'm furious about that. I mean, look at forget about his football abilities, right? Others, I keep his football abilities aside, right? Let's talk about him. Who exactly Usman Dembele as a person, how he is. Last year, Barcelona was like just find a club in the last 2022 Jan, right? The way he was behaving, Barcelona simply asked him to find a club. We won't play you anymore, right? This player, he was not getting any club because of his historical, because of his,
Injury
because of the
records and all
history
that.
of
Yeah.
injuries, right? And the way he was playing. I mean, other she has been in the club for almost 6 years now, right? 5 to 6 years. Name one, moment which you remember. A great moment you remember. There is no moment to remember for Usman Dembele apart from the one, which is the miss against Liverpool, which costed us that Champions League.
Yeah.
Other than that miss, there is nothing I remember that Usman Dembele in that game he did that, or in that game he did something great, or no, there's nothing. He has been an absolute shit for Barcelona. Last year, he was fucking begging Barcelona board to please offer me a contract because he was not getting any bid. No team was interested in buying him. Then last season, the winning season, he played decent. I won't say he was great, he was fabulous. No, he had a decent season. So he got one call, just one call from PSG, and this man went, started crying that no, I want to go to PSG, I want to lick Al Khalifa's ass or whatever it is. So you can understand what kind of a person he is. He's a fucking greedy person. Leave his football abilities aside. Any which ways, now let's come to his football abilities. He has talent, he has got skills, brain, absolute zero, absolute shit. So I'm happy in a way that finally we are getting rid of this bloody cheap rascal. But I'm furious that we wasted our 6 7 years on this person, on this player, and look what he did. When Barcelona needed him to perform, this man just left. So again, I don't know how to react. Whether I should be furious or whether I should be happy. It's sort of mixed.
You should be
But
happy.
now the
I think you should be happy because it
problem,
opens up.
okay. Now the other problem is that only option in the right is Rafinha, who is again not a very reliable option for the whole season, especially if you want to win the league and if you're competing Champions League, right? Rafinha is not a very reliable option, and the other option is Ferran Torres, again not a very reliable option. So that's the whole problem. We only got 50 million, and now we are sort of stuck that okay, what should we do, because there are multiple positions to be filled.
I think 50 million is quite a lot
That's the problem.
for Dembele. I think you got a lot of money for Dembele. I think he is not even worth 20 million in today's time.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I agree with that. But there were two players in the right position. One was Dembele and one was Rafinha. So I just thought that maybe somehow, they cannot, obviously they cannot play as match winners. But if they were provided with a certain role, they might able to perform something combining, right? But now it's only Rafinha. That's the only concerning option for me at the moment. And again, we don't have a particular right back as well. So that's a bit worrying situation for Barcelona. Though, let's end this topic and let's go to the another topic, which is again related to Barcelona. Barcelona is really trying for Joao Cancelo for the right back position. What's your say?
Yeah, he's a good player. But again, there's a problem with his head. I don't know why he's not committed to one club. He was not fit for Man City. He had some rift with the manager, and again, he went to Bayern Munich. He could have, and there was no competition in Bayern Munich for his position. Even then, he could not establish him as a player there, and now he wants to come to Barcelona. So on a skill level, I do think has he's one of the best wing backs, not a typical right back or left back, but a wing back. But the problem is in his head. I don't know what's happened to him lately. He's not just focused. He's not just committed to football the way he used to be when he was in earlier in Man City or even Juventus. So if your head is not right, is not in the right position, then no matter how much skill you have, you're not going to deliver it on the pitch. So let's see if Javi can transform him, if they sign him, and if not, then I think he will bounce again after 1 or 2 seasons. So he's not a very permanent fix for that position. I think that they're just trying him out. He is a very talented player, so he may give you a good season, but there are a lot of factors that need to be in the right place for him to, prosper, propel uh, in there. So it's a mixed kind of assessment I would have for him. I'm not really sure about him, to be honest with you.
Well, if we talk about skill on a level, on skill level, what he can bring to the table, well, there are a lot of things he can bring to the table, right? Again, he is one of the best right back in the world right now. Again, as a player, uh, yes, I totally agree. Last year things were not that great for him. Yes, he had a rift with Pep, and he went to Bayern Munich. Somehow he couldn't really adjust there because again Bayern was also playing with his position. Sometimes they were playing him as right wing back, sometimes he's playing as a left back, and I think he just got few months to prove himself in altogether different country in a different club, which is a very less time. I think Bayern was slight harsh on him to send him back to Manchester City. And again, his situation is not very great at Manchester City at the moment, so that's why even Man City is ready to sell him. But again, the he will not come for cheap.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
He will not, basis on the skill that he has, basis on the kind of player he will not come for cheap. So yes, it will be a very difficult signing, but now they're trying really hard. I think the whole Usman Dembele transfer amount will be used for Joao Cancelo. To be very honest, particularly if you ask me, I think I really want this particular transfer to happen because he has that mindset to become a champion. Obviously, he has won so many titles. He played a Champions League final as well recently, so he can bring a lot of things into the table if he gets a clarity on exactly what his role is. And Javi is a manager who knows what he expects from a player, and he very clearly transfers the same to the player's head into the player's head as well. And that's why we won the league as well last year, right? We didn't have a very great playing 11, to be very honest, but still we won the league because every player had a clarity that exactly what his role is. And I expect the same thing to happen with Joao Cancelo. So I think he can be a very good addition to this club.
Yeah, I think you can sign him.
Versatile player.
His price has dropped a lot. I mean, compared to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he would have cost you at least 60 million, at least, and
80,
which is
90 million.
not
80,
80,
90
90. Come,
million. 80, 90. 80,
not
90 million. Not,
not for a
no,
fullback,
no.
man.
It would have been
For
80, 90 because he signed a new contract. He signed a new contract and he was in his peak at that particular point of time. Someone who can play in both the,
I know.
fullback position. He can play as a left back. He can play as a right back. And Man City will not sell their main player for, like just for 50, 60 million. No, he would have cost 80 million.
I personally don't 80, 90 million not for a fullback, man. 60, 65, 70 at a stretch. But currently you can buy him for I think Barcelona, if they really want, and because we know that Cancelo is not settled in Man City, then I think he can be bought at around 40, 45 million, even in the current market.
40, 45. I really hope this transfer happens.
Even less, even at
Actually, there are a
35
lot of
also.
things. It's just not the transfer amount. In case of Barcelona, FFP is also a roadblock, a major roadblock. So that is also
Yeah,
a concern for Barcelona
but they
at the
sold
moment.
Dembele, right? They sold Dembele, so that won't be a problem. FFP comes into play
Yeah,
when
they
so
need to sell a lot of
yeah,
players.
yeah. But he would be a good signing
They need to
if
sell a lot of players. And Dembele also.
yeah. I think your internet is lagging a bit. You're a bit behind me in the conversation.
I think it's fine now. I think it's fine now.
Okay, let's move on to the next transfer. Which one is that?
Well, your favorite transfer, Harry Maguire to West Ham for 30 million. There is a verbal agreement between both the teams. Now it's up to the player now. I really don't think he will deny this transfer, to be very honest. He should not. So what's your call on this?
I think it's a recipe for disaster, even for West Ham, for a team like West Ham who plays so defensively. Because this guy, I don't know what happened to him. He has totally lost all his confidence. You give him a pass, he does not know what to do with the ball. If a player is approaching him from the wing, from the center, he does not know whether to tackle him, whether to position himself. He's just out of sorts. So maybe he goes to West Ham and gets the right environment where he has players supporting him in the defense, the team is not playing as much offensively as United does, then maybe he can find his form. But I think he's already past his peak. He will be a semi decent player for even for West Ham, a team which barely scraped the relegation zone last season. So I don't have any positives to say about either West Ham or for Maguire, but I'm happy to say that he will be. It's almost like it's almost a done deal that he will be out of United, and that's and not just for. And I'm not saying this only from a playing standpoint, but also from a because he was a captain here, right, at United. So a captain who has been stripped of his captaincy, he adds a lot of bad blood in the team. So I don't want any essence of him around the club. So even if he stayed at United, we wouldn't have played him at all, I believe, apart from one or two matches here and there. But the bad environment that he would have created here, a team which is now trying to move up the ladder, it wasn't really good for us, and I'm very thankful that he will be going out this season, and not just him, but few other frauds like Fred and McTominay. I just don't want any of them. I just want a new team. We can be a thin squad this time. I will be happy with it. 23 players, 24 players. I'm okay with it. I'm happy to bring on the youngsters, the under 23s, the under 20, the under 19s from the academy. But I don't want these players who just polluted United all the way up. So I'm happy that all three of them will be out. At least two of them will be out, McTominay and Maguire. And I
At
don't wish
least
them
two.
good luck.
McTominay bid has been rejected.
And I don't wish them good luck. The way they have treated our club, the bad performances, the chokes that they've given us, I really don't want them to do anything well. Just go out there, flop yourself again, and just retire from football. That's all I care. So
I think honestly telling it's a sad moment for a person like me because come on, Maguire giving me so many, hilarious moments. I really enjoyed when Maguire is last season, whenever he was playing for United, I was watching those games deliberately expecting that yeah, he will be making some silly mistakes, he will be disastrous. So I'm sad to be very honest, but good for United. To be very honest, good for United. And yeah, Fred is a done deal now. He is, in fact, we got a heavy go from Fabrizio Romano as well. So Fred has gone. Fred will be going to Fenerbahce for 10 millions euros plus 5 million add-ons.
don't care. Just
So
go.
yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
McTominay bid has been rejected though. McTominay bid has been rejected. Don't know why, but it has been rejected.
By whom? West Ham?
No, no, United.
Oh, you
West
some.
Ham gave
Oh,
offered. I cannot recall the amount, but they wanted both Maguire and McTominay, and McTominay bid was rejected, but Maguire was accepted.
some other team might approach him. So I just want at least two of them to go. So if Fred is going, Maguire is going. McTominay can stay here. He can play in the Carabao Cup against a weak team.
Exactly.
Let it
For
be.
Carabao Cup or a
Yeah.
few weak teams, I think he's not a bad option to play.
No, he is a bad
So
option. There is no denying that. But you play him. I mean, what worse can he do? He's already done everything that he could have done to the club in a bad way. So how bad could it get? He'll be substituted in 50, 60 minutes if he makes a blunder. So it's fine. I mean, I don't really care. We have, I think, we'll shift our conversation to United later if you want, but I think we need to make a few signings still. We are thin at the
yeah,
back. I mean, one injury to any of our center backs, and we are back to Lindelof. So that's quite
exactly.
critical. So United has to make a few signings, but I guess we'll talk about that later. We are talking about the other transfers right now. So
Well, moving on to the next one.
yeah,
Again, Bayern and Tottenham have finally reached an agreement. The amount has not been informed yet. Amount is not out yet. Obviously, it's more than 110 million because that was the last bid, which was rejected by Spurs. I don't know exactly what structure then Bayern went on with, but it has been agreed between both the teams. Now it's totally up to Harry Kane whether he wants to accept or deny. He still have got 2 days to accept, so I hope it happens. I hope he goes to Bayern Munich now. What's your say?
he should go. I think it's a no-brainer for him. And if he stays at Tottenham, then he would be kicking his own ass. I mean, There's no way that there is there is absolutely no way. If he stays at Tottenham, man, he will be the biggest absolute shithole of all time, man. He cannot stay at Tottenham. I mean, no man, no. I mean, I don't care who's the manager, who are the other players he's playing with. It's just the Tottenham curse, man. The player of his quality, he deserves to have at least one big title, and he doesn't have anything right now in his cabinet. So just move to Bayern. At least you are secured with the Bundesliga.
League titles. Yeah,
Yeah, the league title, and even and Bayern Munich, they compete in Champions League also. They're a good Champions League
they're
team.
very well.
They
Yeah,
at least go
exactly.
till the semi-finals, and with Kane
Quarterfinals to
there,
semifinals.
yeah, every year they go there. And even the last season, they could not make it to the finals, the
Finals,
semi-finals.
semifinals.
Yeah, because they did not have a striker. They played well against Man City in the first leg. If they had a striker like
Second
Harry
leg.
Kane.
In
No,
the
in the
second leg, they played.
no, even in the first leg, first half, you see, that time this guy Rodrigo scored a blinder. If not, then
Yeah,
they were competing. They had a few chances, but because they did not have any striker, they could not score. So Harry Kane going there, I think he will add a lot to their attack, and maybe he'll definitely win the league title. That's for sure. And he may then again go up to, because you see there are no, apart from like City, um, is the only team I can seriously say that has the potential to really go down, go up to the Champions League final stage. Apart from that, it's just a toss of a coin. Any team can go there, right? Inter went to the final. So even this year, I'm not confident for any team. Madrid, they have the legacy. So Bayern will have a good chance again. And with a player like Harry Kane, who is very confident on penalties, he's a lethal striker. Anything in and around the box, he's almost destined to score. So
exactly.
and Bayern has come. I think this was the fourth bid for him, right? So if a team is so
Yeah,
desperate for you, then I think you should respect that and go. You will be paid handsome money.
exactly.
There's
Team
no doubt
like
about it.
Bayern Munich,
Yeah,
a team like Bayern Munich who is not reluctant to spend that much, and they are ready to spend on him. I think yes, he should respect. He should know that the team is desperate to get him onto the board. I think simply just accept the offer and go out and win the titles now.
yeah. He should not have a second thought about this at all. He just needs to go
Exactly,
out now. So
exactly.
I'll be happy for him if he goes. I'm not a big fan of him, but I have seen him score like 25 goals, 23, 27 goals each season. So a
Man,
player,
the team was eighth last season and he scored 31 goals.
31 goals, man. He's lethal. Even in the I was watching that game against I'd, against some team, they were playing their friendly, the preseason friendly, and he scored 4 goals, man. So he's really dangerous around the box. I mean, he should definitely snap this opportunity to go to Bayern, and I think he will go
Exactly,
this time. He will go, I think. Do you think he will play the
exactly.
match? If in the weekend, Tottenham's
No.
match, will he? I don't think he
If
will play.
so, if he plays the game, then Bayern is not going to happen because
Yeah,
he made a statement that I need to go before the weekend, before the first game. So either if the first game happens, Bayern is gone now.
yeah. So we'll probably hear something by tomorrow, something concrete and confirmed.
Exactly. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Something or the other, either by tomorrow or by Saturday morning, something will happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Anyways, moving on to the next one. I think very worrying situation for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois,
Mm.
he's going to miss the season now.
Full
ACL,
season. Oh,
almost the full season. Man, the man, his
I thought
ACL
I think I heard 6 months, 5 or 6 months.
6 to 7 months. But others, you know that obviously ACL 6 to 7 months is going to get him back onto the training ground. After missing after missing so many games, coming back after a very horrible injury like that, it's mentally also it takes a lot of time for player to come back, especially after ACL. So yes, Real needs a goalkeeper now
Hmm.
for the full season. They will come back into the market again for a new goalkeeper. Very worrying situation now because at the moment I don't see any great goalkeeper in the transfer market at the moment.
They can go for De Gea if they want. He's an option right now.
He was an option. He was the first name that came into my mind, obviously, but De Gea for Real Madrid for the full season, really difficult choice
No man,
to
he
make.
can see this is a panic situation for Real Madrid right now. And De Gea, you say anything about him, he's an experienced goalkeeper. He has played at the top level for so many years, and he still is a good. I mean, by obviously they will have to change their strategy. They cannot play out from the back with De Gea in goal. So if they change their strategy, I think he's still good enough to kind of be a player for them for just one season, probably until comes back in. So I think they may go for him. He's a Spanish guy also, so the environment will suit him. Obviously, won't be. And Real Madrid, we know that in 2018 after the World Cup or before the World Cup, I think they were after him.
Before the World Cup, in
Yeah,
fact.
they were after him. So
Actually, to be very honest, even during the second season of Louis Van Gaal
yeah.
as well, when Iker Casillas left the club before Keylor Navas, they were desperate to sign De Gea.
I think going after a very young goalkeeper, a keeper who nobody knows about, I think De Gea is a safer choice. The only thing is that he will cost a lot of money in wages. He was on
Exactly.
375 on the £1,000 per week at United. So he will at least demand 250 there. So I don't know if Real
Well,
Madrid would.
Real Madrid
Yeah,
paying 250 is not a very big deal for them.
I mean,
They will pay.
Real is
No
very
problem.
selective with players. If they want to pay money, then they will pay, and if they don't, then they.
Exactly.
I mean, they do not panic actually. The thing about Real Madrid, even if Courtois got injured, they will not panic like Chelsea panics or like Liverpool will panic. They will not. So they will make something out of it probably.
Let's hope. I really hope a great option doesn't come. Obviously, being a direct rival to Real Madrid, I definitely don't want. Uh, Obviously, for a player, I'm not feeling good for a player, but for the team, I'm really happy.
No,
For
who
Real
can
Madrid,
come?
I'm happy.
You don't have to be worried. Which goalkeeper can come at this point? I don't think there is any goalkeeper available currently.
Exactly, there's no great goalkeeper in the market available at the moment. But Real Madrid is a team who can, just
Yeah,
go for like 110 million for Allison. I bet Liverpool won't able to reject that offer.
yeah, but I think
100
Allison.
million for Allison.
Yeah, they can do it, but I don't think they will do it personally
Exactly,
speaking.
it's Real Madrid. If they get stubborn to get any certain player, they won't think they will just pay a huge amount, just like they did with Jude Bellingham. They were doing the same thing with Kylian Mbappe as well.
Yeah, yeah, of
Well,
course.
moving on. I just spoke the name, and yes, we are moving on to the next topic. Kylian Mbappe. Definitely, here his name was not there in the preseason for PSG. Uh, well, definitely he will be sold. PSG
Yeah,
won't, sell him for free next season.
yeah, I think he was demoted to the under 19 squad by PSG. After, I mean, this club, man, they,
After he gives a lot of statements as well. So
yeah.
obviously the way he started approaching, he did then he sent an open letter, to PSG that I will not be, renewing the contract or anything. I won't activate the clause which asks to renew the contract for one more year. It was an open letter, not a very, great thing from him as well. Obviously, PSG is a shit club. There's no denial, but uh, I think a player he should be more professional. He should not be sending such open letters.
He- he should not. And after what PSG gave him the last season, so much money and
Exactly.
the position, the authority that
He
the
was
PSG has
captain.
given. But I
Yeah,
think
he was third captain.
he's finally has come to his senses. He now understands that he's not going to achieve anything in PSG apart from the league titles and the local cup wins. If he wants to win the Champions League and if he want to win a more prestigious trophy like a Premier League or La Liga, then he will have to go to some other club. So, which are the other clubs
Exactly.
that you think realistically can go after him apart from Real Madrid? I think they're the only ones right now.
Chelsea. Chelsea.
Would he go to Chelsea after PSG? I don't believe. I mean, is that a that big of a step up? I mean, he should definitely be striving for a Real
Well,
Madrid or a
Chelsea is the
Barcelona. Should
only team. Chelsea is the team who needs him. Chelsea is the team who needs him, and they can afford as well.
how much will he cost?
They are the team who can afford him. Well, not less than 150 million, to be very honest. That's
150 is,
crazy.
I think, will be at least 200 or 250. Yeah. It's Mbappe. I mean,
No, no, just with just 1 year left in the contract, no, 200 million, no,
I
that won't
think
happen.
it has more
See,
to do
try to
with like.
understand from PSG's point of view. See, try to understand from PSG's point of view. The same thing that happened with Spurs as well. They know that there's just 1 year left in the contract. They cannot afford him to sell him for
Yeah.
free. So yes, they have to. So they definitely they will not be getting any offer for like 200, 250 million. No, that is not happening. I don't think any team should go for more than 140 million.
Yeah, especially because he also wants to go out, right? It's not like he's resisting the move.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. He will be a free transfer otherwise. So knowing that situation, clubs should act smartly. They should not go for more than, in fact, 120. They should not go for more than 120 million.
well, I hope he doesn't go to Chelsea. I mean, I won't be able to withstand that. Absolutely not. Not to Chelsea. Go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, man. I don't care. Don't come to Chelsea, man. If he comes to Chelsea, then United, every other club in the league will be. If they're already quite jealous with Chelsea, the kind of money that they can spend, you know.
Honestly telling, I don't think in Chelsea he'll be able to make much impact because Chelsea is a
Yeah.
dismantled club at the moment. And in a dismantled club, even if you forget Mbappe, if you get Messi to Chelsea, even he won't be able to do much.
I mean, that is one thing, and
And
the
I'm
other
talking
thing.
about prime Messi, not this Messi. I'm talking about prime Messi.
Yeah,
Just to be
but the jealousy part of it, like who would have thought Mbappe, a player of his caliber, I mean, could go to Man City or United or maybe Liverpool. Nobody thinks Mbappe in a Chelsea shirt. I mean, that would be very. Yeah,
surprised that he's again another greedy player who plays who
yeah,
really
yeah.
wants money. Another greedy player. I won't be surprised, and I can imagine him because again another dark blue T-shirt. So there, it's not a very rocket science to imagine. So
What about
I won't be
Saudi?
surprised.
I mean, Saudi,
He rejected.
he
He
rejected.
rejected. Already rejected. Yeah, he rejected Saudi offer.
Yeah, I think
Saudi offered more than 200 million, in fact. Sorry, 300. They offered 300 million for Mbappe, and and Mbappe rejected it.
yeah. The thing with Real Madrid is that after what he did to Real Madrid, I mean, he kept them in the dark, right? He said he wants to go, and then he signed a contract with PSG. So I don't think Real Madrid appreciates such things, and that's the only reason I'm not hearing much from Real Madrid. Otherwise, he would have gone to Real Madrid. Legendary
Exactly. He
players like him play for Real or Barcelona only, or United, but not current United, the old United. So yeah.
exactly. So let's see. I really hope he doesn't come to Real Madrid. To be very honest, he will be very deadly. I don't like him personally, but I have to accept the fact that man is lethal. He is very lethal. And with Karim Benzema gone, I think even Real Madrid can think about signing him
But
because as such there is no prolific scorer for Real Madrid at the moment.
I don't feel that he is much confident playing down the center. He's more of a left winger. The position is already occupied by Vinicius Junior permanently almost.
Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, so that is another
Let's
thing that
see. Let's see what happens. Well, we will just talk very briefly about this particular part. Kyle Walker, he'll be signing a new contract for Manchester City. The latest Man City offered him another contract, and he's going to sign that one.
Yeah, we spoke about this in the past as well. I mean, if they ideally wanted to sell him, but only with the confirmation that they would have signed another player, and because they could not sign any other right back, I don't think they have signed any right back. So giving Kyle Walker a 1 year
No, they haven't.
extension, yeah, it's fine. I mean, he can carry on for another season. He will not play all the games, obviously, but he's an experienced player. He can. I mean, he's one of those players who do not need time to, gel with the team. He knows what he's playing with. He's been in the system for a long time, so he can play a few games. He can contribute still, I think, next season. But I think he will definitely go and they will sign a permanent right back.
Agreed. Exactly, true. I totally agree with that. And I think now with Guardiola coming on the backside, obviously he won't be getting many chances, but the limited role that he'll be getting, it's fine. They
Mm.
don't really need a particular right back. They already have, five centre backs available at the moment. Aymeric Laporte, Nathan Ake, Emmanuel Akanji, Ruben Diaz, and now Guardiola. Five centre backs. They don't really need right back. And
Yeah.
John Stones, sixth one. With six centre backs available at the moment, they don't really need a full back, and that's why they are happily ready to sell Joe Cancelo as well. Otherwise, see, it was just a rift, and rift can be solved very easily uh, if the two men get in a room and talk like men. Rift can be resolved very easily, but now they're ready to sell him. So I don't think they really are very keen to sign a right back right now with
Yeah.
six centre backs available.
Especially
So
last
let's see
season.
what happens.
Last season we saw that Pep was more confident in playing center backs in the right back
Exactly,
position. Yeah. He
exactly,
needs more defensive stability rather than somebody going forward because he already has a lot of players who are good moving forward. So Walker, he will contribute here and
exactly,
there. He'll be good for the team, the environment of the team, because he seems as as a good guy and he has that winning
team
mentality,
player.
so he can transfer that to the new team members. So yeah, I mean, not a big.
Exactly. And talking about this team coming back, and again talking about City, City has just blocked all the offers for Bernardo Silva now.
Hmm.
No, they are not going to
No, no,
accept
he's not going
any
to.
offer for Bernardo Silva. Something which I assumed in the beginning of the season with Ilkay Gundogan gone. Bernardo Silva has to take the lead now, start taking the lead now. So definitely they needed him. They cannot, City cannot afford to lose Gundogan and Silva in just in the same transfer window. So that I knew that
Yeah,
won't happen for sure. So already the offer has all the offers have been blocked now.
yeah.
Anyways, guys, so that was all about today. Uh, Definitely, we will be coming with more news, with more transfer news. We are expecting a few more things to happen. So transfer deadline days yet to come, quite a long time. So many news are yet to happen. So we will be coming back, and also from this weekend, Premier League action is going to begin. So again, we will be covering those as well. So stay tuned. Lot
Yeah,
of content
one more
is
thing,
yet to
Tanmay.
come.
So Premier League prediction, we'll also do a Premier League prediction, the season prediction. I know the transfer window is
Exactly.
still open, but we have an idea of which team, how they're shaping up. So we can do a Premier League prediction of the top 8 or top 10 teams at least before the start of the season, which will be tomorrow, I think. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we can do
that video
that.
will be out.
Yeah, we can do that. So that is also an option. Yes, we will be. So lot of content are about to come. So stay tuned, guys. Keep subscribing, keep liking this channel, keep sharing it with everyone. Until then, keep smiling. We will soon come back. See you, everyone.
Cheers, guys.